Hey friends, long time no see. So I promised that I would be sending out an announcement, a video announcement a couple months ago, and now we're finally here. I was hoping to get this out sooner, but I thought I would have a quiet moment sooner, and it turns out when you have kids, you don't really get quiet moments unless you make them happen. So right now my kids are being quiet in the living room, hopefully for a few more minutes so I can finish this. As far as announcements go, obviously still pregnant, but I'm doing it every day. We've got the bassinet out. We're very excited for that coming. I have other announcements though for writing. So I'm obviously still doing my blog series on poetry. I'm doing a couple other blog series right now that I'm excited to share with you guys. I'm going to be kind of MIA probably for the next couple weeks, just because of the baby. Maybe I'll find myself up in the middle of the night responding to things, but most likely I'm probably going to try to get some sleep. But I also am working on another book of poetry, hopefully combined with some short stories, but that's pretty far out in the works. I am working on a children's book that I'm also illustrating, so I was actually hoping to get that out this year, but with another project I'm working on, which I'll talk about in just a second, it needs more of my time. And so I have some of the illustrations done, I have it written, but I need more time to finish that before I'm ready to announce everything and share more updates of that with you guys. But the really, really big announcement that I have as far as writing is concerned that I'm very excited about is a book that I'm writing with my mom. And so I'm excited to share it with you guys. This is the book. It's called Stories from My Mother, a cookbook of memories. This is obviously just a proof copy, but I'm very excited to see it. Like, to actually just like hold this in my hand, like look at it, like it's got a cover and everything. It's got a really, really nice matte cover too. I'm really liking the matte covers. It's a cookbook, and it's got all like the normal recipes that you would see in most cookbooks. I would think, but not as many. I've noticed with a lot of cookbooks, they have a lot of like interesting recipes, but it's like I will never ever use this. So I find most cookbooks to be too big, and then the type is so small that I can, like, if I have it like my cookbook sitting open trying to use it, I can't read it unless I come like right up to it. So I kind of hate that. So one of the things I did with my cookbook is I made it where every page, actually it's not my cookbook, it's our cookbook, me and my mom's, but I'm formatting it. So I made it where each page is one recipe. There are some recipes that are so short that I do have two on a recipe because it was just a waste of paper otherwise. But I tried to make it where everything was very readable on one page, and it was usable, because that sort of thing just drives me nuts when I'm reading cookbooks, and I can't. And I've got the cookbook out, and I have to like get a magnifying glass to read the type. And it's not like I'm actually nearsighted, but I just, like, it's my distance sight that's the issue. But for some reason I don't know. It's just tiny. But another thing there's a couple other things though that make this book unique. One of them is that I have a set of short stories, or flash fiction, really. They're not really short stories, they're more like flash fiction, in the book. And that's where the name Stories from My Mother came from. I had thought about writing a set of short stories about my mom's life and her family back in college. And I still want to do something with that, but one of the stories from like a bigger collection of short stories that I have is in this book, but it just wasn't right at the time. And my mom had always talked about putting a cookbook together for years. And like one of my mom's phrases is cooking by the seat of her pants. My mom cooks and she bakes, and she was a professional cake decorator for 25 years, I think. It was a long time. It was before I was born, and it might have been even longer. And technically she still does decorate cakes, but just not like as a business anymore. And so my mom is very talented, and so she has a ton of recipes. I picked up recipes over the years, and so a couple years ago we got this idea where it's like, what if we just put all of these things together? And so I made up a mock-up cover, and we started getting together. And during that time, one second, sweetie, I'm doing something. During that time, a lot of stuff happened. Like, my husband lost his job. We're not really sure what's going to happen next. My dad got injured. It was just a bunch of stuff happened over the last couple of years. We moved to Oklahoma. So that was a big thing too. Hey, look at that quiet moment ended. One moment. And we're back. But I'm not sure that the quiet moment will continue for very much longer, so we're going to try to do it as best as we can. So, we're finally getting this all together, and the plan right now is to get this book out this October. So right now I'm planning like mid-October for a launch date, because I want to get it out right before all of that like seasonal baking starts to happen. Which I'm very excited about. So like October, November is usually when I start making all my pierogi and different baked goods and stuff like that. That's when I make my chili. Like I'm very excited about it. And I'm excited to share all these stories with you because my mom's got some great stories and I got some great stories from growing up. And I think it'll make it a fun, useful cookbook. One of the other things I have in it as well, some unique things, is one, you'll get my mom's frosting recipe, which is the best frosting recipe you will ever have. Like, I love cake, but only because I grew up with my mom's cake. I am a cake snob. My mom makes very good cake. It's very rich and moist, and it has the best frosting in the entire world. So I'm very excited about that. But some other fun things that I have in here are some special Polish dishes. So we have like stuffed cabbages in here, we have pierogi, we have plaki, you know, like a bunch of great stuff. And then at the very end I have a bunch of Polish desserts that I'm very excited to share. So if any of you have watched my videos on Instagram, I've got like kruszczyki on there, I've got paczki, I've got poppy seed rolls, you know, arugula, and a couple other fun things like Three Kings cake, like that maybe most people don't know is there's some Polish roots in some of that. And then at the very end, let's go back. I have a space for you to write your own recipes that you have for a family. So I got spaces for those because I know we all have those. And then I have some tips and substitutions because my mom obviously has picked those up over the years. I picked up a couple too that are very helpful. And then one of the last things I have in here is called Quick Bites for Little Mouths. As you just heard the screaming, I have children. I'm having another one on the way. And there are times when I want to make something for them, or they want something in particular, or like I'm trying to like use up leftover ingredients or something like that. Like usually it's yogurt or something like that. That it's like I just need to finish this off, or sour cream or something like that, you know, or just like a little bit of some ingredient, and the kids want something fast. And so I have a section in the back here called Quick Bites for Little Mouths for these little recipes that you can make pretty fast. Like I have a little mini baked oatmeal, I have a little pita pizza, I have sweet potato bars, mini mac and cheese, pancakes, you know, these cereal bars that I make, deep fried Oreos, which I put in there, but honestly I love deep fried Oreos too. Saltine toffee, you know, like I got a few different things back here. I can show you this picture of the measurements and conversion stuff. This actually doesn't look like this anymore. I've changed it, but I've got conversion sheet in the back. I actually made a little mini conversion like cheat sheet magnet on Redbubble, so if you want to check that out, you can find that there too. My phone cut out again because apparently my phone stops recording when my notifications pop up, so that's fun. I'm gonna have to adjust that for next time. But yeah, so this is just still just the proof copy that I have, which is sad, but hopefully I can show you guys what the real thing looks like soon. I'm very excited about it. I'm sending my my drafts off to my betas this week, which I'm very excited about. I know they're all excited about too. I can't wait to get their feedback, and hopefully it'll be helpful for you. But I'm really excited about this book. I am excited about working about this with my mom because this has been a great bonding thing. My mom and I think have learned more about each other in doing this book. It's been helpful for me to have this because I use it not every day, but I definitely use it multiple times a week. And so between just the regular practical recipes, the readability of it, I obviously like the stories. I think that they're fun. And they're obviously very meaningful to me. And I think they'll make this kind of a unique book to read. The stuff in there for moms, you know, for your kids and stuff like that. Like obviously not everyone has kids, so they're not going to use it. That's okay. You might want just a personal mac and cheese. You know, you might want just a personal baked oatmeal or pizza. Actually, I make the pita pizza for my husband every single week for lunch. It's just easy. I used to have it in college. That's where it came from. But my kids like it too, you know? So the tips and substitutions, the conversion chart, I'm constantly looking up, like, what is this the conversion of? You know, what temperature am I supposed to cook this at? All of that. So I am very excited about this book. I have been waiting to share it with you guys. I wish I would have made this quiet moment sooner, but as you heard, quiet moments don't last very long around here. So I'm very excited about this, to share this with you guys. And I hope that you guys will like this book too, if you end up buying it. And I appreciate you joining me on this little journey of me getting to share this with you. So keep an eye out for my other updates, my other blog posts, other stuff. I'll be hopefully sharing more info about this book soon, and my other books as well. But like I said, I'm probably going to be I'm planning on taking a bit of a break from writing and all that for the next couple of weeks, because I want time with my little one. So thank you guys for your support. I appreciate your prayers. You guys all have a great day. Bye.